Yeah, I think we've got to take the defeat on board. I feel that disappointment that we all feel in the change room, that I'm sure our supporters feel. Learn from it. We'll play South Africa again in 2 years' time. We'll play other teams that are similar to South Africa. We have to be better for that experience that we went through in 80 minutes. And you learn from how you can do things better yourself. Also learn from the opposition. They're world champions for a reason. So if there's anything we can take out of that to make us a better team, then we've got to make sure we take that on board. Obviously, the defeat still will stick for a while because we didn't put our best performance out there, and we felt our best performance would get us a win. So that'll hurt for a few days.
Where are the main frustrations, Gregor? The Springboks come right out the blocks. You had to withstand a real period of pressure early on, but you did that with some brilliant defence, only to then perhaps get caught out a little short for the opening try. I mean, where are the frustrations? Where do you think it really got away from you?
Second half. I think first half, the team performed so well with so little ball. We're getting penalised, and we had to go through a lot of defensive sets. But we did very well. We're unlucky a couple of times. We turned the ball over and there was a knock-on, so we had to then go through another few sets. But tactically, I thought the players were very smart with how they kicked and where they attacked with ball in hand. We weren't accurate enough in the first half, but what we put out on put the Springboks under pressure, and obviously was enough to go ahead at half time. Second half was really disappointing that we gave them a quick way into the game through, kicking the ball through a ruck or after a restart, which put us under pressure, and we had to work really hard to get back into that game. And at times we didn't have enough ball to do that, but I was so proud of the way the team did come back in and get in a position to kick on. Unfortunately, it wasn't us that kicked on in that last 15 minutes, and the last 15 minutes was disappointing. It wasn't who we are or where we are as a team.
Stuart obviously reached a couple of personal milestones today. I know it's hard to celebrate things in the midst of a defeat, but the two things that he's achieved today, a couple of words on them, because it's testament to a quite remarkable career so far.
Yeah, well, I think the first one of becoming the most capped fullback in world rugby in history is the main achievement. I think that's outstanding. It shows what a great player Stuart has been, and a consistently high level player to have got that milestone. And then on a day that he does break that record, he scores 2 tries for his team against the world champions. So that just shows the quality of the player. And to equal the try scoring record, I know it's an individual thing, and we're all pretty confident he'll go and break the record. Excuse me, over the next few games or few years, because there's a lot of years left in him. But no, he's been a brilliant captain for us over these last 2 seasons, and he showed his quality today again.
Just lastly from me, Gregor, Japan next weekend. If you can go and round off with a positive result, 3 wins from 4, that would really give you something to build on going into the Six Nations.
Yes, it would, and Japan will be a tough opponent. We won't look too much at the result against Ireland. They came close to beating Australia, and they obviously beat us 2 years ago. So we know what a difficult team Japan are, and if you give them ball, they will cause you problems. And so that'll be a very tough game for us, and it'll show the resilience of the group if we can bounce back after a painful defeat and put what we learned today and what we've learned over the last 3 weeks into our best performance of this sort of nation series. Like that's all we're working towards. We thought we'd get it out today, and we would have needed our very best performance to beat the world champions, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. But we'll work again to do that next week.
Thanks, Greg.
What's your overriding emotion after that?
Yeah, disappointment, obviously. Disappointment that we weren't able to show the best versions of ourselves for 80 minutes. I think we'll go through in more detail, but there were some key moments in the second half that we weren't able to secure. And I think we doubled up on them in the second half. I think first half against such a good opponent, you're going to have their moments, they're going to have their moments. In the second half, they just had more than us. And that was frustrating because the endeavour, the effort, and the skill, you can see it in the way we play. But we need to make more of the ball we have and do better in contact. In that second half, that they seem to get on ball at the breakdown a lot more than they did in the first half.
Stuart described it as he was angry, so I felt you shot yourself in the foot, the players. Is he fair with that suggestion?
As I said, we're disappointed, and we know that we didn't put our best versions of ourselves out there today, and partly that's the opposition and how they play, and the pressure they were putting us under in certain areas. But we've got to look at ourselves and go, right, what can we have done, or what can we do next time to be better?
Thanks. Can we do a couple of questions for a